विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये पूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम् आपदामहत्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् आर्तानामार्तिहन्तारं भीतानां भीतिनाशनं द्विषतां कालदण्डन्तं रामचन्द्रं नमाम्यहम् मनोज्जवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वादात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। चरितं रघुनाथस्य शतकोटिप्रविस्तरम् एकैकमक्षरं पुंसां महापातकनाशनं हरि ओम. Friend, as we have seen, we will be going into the Brahma Pattabishekam. We are seamlessly following the Yuddhakandam, what we have seen, the last two mantras, where he is asking Brahma as to who am I, and what am I, what is the purpose. It is just for the purpose of the entire world to know. So when he said, because finally, because Brahma tells him, Aksharam Brahma Satyam cha Madhye Shanto Ragavaha, Madhye cha Ante cha Ragavaha. Madhye cha Ante cha Ragavaha, Aksharam Brahma Satyam, because you are the highest truth. The truth is Ritam, because what we say, Ritam Vadami, when we say even Satyam, Satyam has got the component of Ritam. Ritam is truthfulness. The truth, what is the truthfulness? That quality is Ritam. So Aksharam Brahma Satyam cha Madhye cha Ante cha Raghava, because he is the one, finally he is the beginning, end and everything. That is like Om, Pranava. He is the Parabrahma himself. That's what he says. Lokanam tavam paro dharmaha vishvaksena chaturpujaha. Lokanam paro dharma, for the entire world. You are the entire basis, Sadar, because the entire dharma is on you. You are the one who is giving the entire the line of dharma to the world. You are the basis, because of which the entire dharma is standing on that. You are the Vishvaksena Chaturpujaga. You are that Mahavishnu, the Paramatma, Param Brahma. You are that, because he is not telling that, because Rama has to, it is for the whole the world, all the three worlds to know about it. Including, because the Daityas, whoever is watching to know why he has taken this avatara, who is he literally to know that, When he is doing all these things, because then his father, Dasaratha also, yesterday, we were seeing, as to how he requested, his mother and son, his brother to be accepted as the wife and son to him. And then there, because Dasaratha also was so elated, because he's seeing finally, whatever has, why he had to leave his life is, because of his Putra Sokam, because he was allowing his son to go to the forest and he was not able to do, he was helpless. He gave up his body, and now he says, Amogam Balaviryam to Amogaste Parakramaha, because, whatever you are doing, you are doing so sharp, so perfect. Amogam Balaviryam te amodaste parakramaha amodam darshanam Rama nacho mohastavastava. See, whatever you have done is so perfect. I don't think, because I could have, anyone else would have done it. I never realized that your exploits are never in vain, and you are so blessed. And you've given, you got an undoubted grace, and you've given the limitless grace to everyone who have come across. And he was full of praise, for his son, of course, from the Piturlogan. He has to get the blessings of his father. So then only Rama tells, because what we were telling yesterday, Iti Bruvanam Rajanam Rama Prajanjali Rabravit, because when he Prajanjali, he gives Anjali to his father, Prajanjali Rabravit, he tells his father, Iti Bruvanam Rajanam Ramaha Prajanjali Rabravit, he tells, Kuru Prasadam Dharmajna Kaikeya Bharatascha. You just, you just take them as your loving wife and the loving son. And that is what it tells, because finally you don't become my mother, you take her as your loving wife, and my brother take him as the loving, because he had sort of a bitterness was there, in his mind when he left his body. Just to remove that. Finally, the Pitrus should be happy, without any ill will and all. That's what he tells. That is the purpose. The same thing, I think Kamban has put it in a different perspective. Thiyalendru nee turanda en deivamum. He says, Kaikai is my, she is my God, she is my mother. En deivamum, and that Mahanum, in Devamum Mahanum, my mother and her son, Tayum Tambimam Varam Taragan, because let them bring my loving mother and the loving, most lovable brother, and they let them be so, because your own son and your own wife, let them be there. Tayum Taragayana Taldan, வாய்திறந்து எழுந்து ஆர்த்தன உயிரெல்லாம், because that's what Kamban says. Because fine, this is what, he had a beauteous way of telling that. He says that with all these things, because finally Pitrus, by what is that we are satisfying the Pitrus, because whatever in their lifetime, if he couldn't, give any sort of a proper the mental satisfaction, at least we will try to give it to them. That is what, with the Pitrupaksham and everything what we do. The same thing is exemplified, because he has taken the Narajanma. It is also his bounden duty to do. He has done that. With that, because we will be going into the important portion of the entire the Rama Pattabishekam. Before that, I will just recite the Ekasloki Sundarakandam and the meaning of that. Yasya Sri Hanuman Anugraha Balat Thirnam Putir Lilayam. See, one who has got Yasya Sri Hanuman Anugraha Balat. Anugraha Balat, whose Anugraha? That is silent. He knows it is Anugraha of Rama. Because he himself was not sure of himself. Anugraha Bala Tirnambudir, he crossed the ocean effortlessly. Tirnambudir Lilayal Lankam Prapya Nishamya. Because he went to Lanka and he reached Lanka, and he also got into Lanka with several difficulties, which is he had to encounter, because the Devi of Lanka was there, because she prevented, and he had to footwink and get into Lanka. Nisamya, Lankam Prapya Nisamya, Vanam Bhangtva Ratrasan, because he has set all the garden and as well as the Ashokavanam, because he has just put everything onto, he destroyed everything. Bhangtva Vanam Ratrasan Akshatin Vinihatya. Because Aksha is a Rakshasa who is one of the very powerful. He has been sent. Akshatini Vinihatya. Because like Aksha, all the 5 Senapatis and the 7 ministers and all of them have been destroyed. Vinihatya Viksham Dasakam, because they again set fire, because when the entire tail has been set on fire, he almost scorched part of Lanka, the scorched policy, as any army man would do. He does it finally. Viniyatyaviksham Dasangam Dattvaja Purim Tam Punaha Thirnabdihi. Because again, because he came back, crossing the ocean again. Thirnabdihi. Kapipur Yutaha, because he is the Sreshta. Because Kapi is the entire, the Vanaras. The Vanaras, that they are called as the Kapi Sreshta, Harisreshta, they are called. Kapihi. Then they Tirnambudil Lankam Prapani Same Ramachandra Daitam Bhangtva Vanam Ratrasan Akshatin Vinihatya Viksham Dasakam Dattvacha Purim Tam Punaha Tirnabdihi Kapipir Yutaha. He again came back. Yam Hanumat Tam Ramachandram Bhaje. Because that Hanuman, with whose Anugraha, he did all these things effortlessly without any blemish. He did so perfectly, the excellence that has come about everything what he has done. So the entire Sundarakandam is supposed to have not taken place on so many days. It is just a very brief period of a day and night. So this is what, the exactly, he describes that. And how the entire thing has happened, and how in a capsule, Hanuman could do it, because we pray to that Ramachandram Bhaje, because that is what the Ekasloka Sundarakandam is telling. I think, when we can't recite Sundarakandam, we can recite that Sundarakandam on a daily basis because it's a simple sloka. We can read it, over a period of time, you will be able to recite even without looking into it. Words are very simple. It's not very difficult at all. Now we will straight away go to Sri Rama Pattabishekam. After that, because Bharata is handing over everything, he gives up all his responsibility. He becomes fully liberated. He knows, he has got Rama here. Now he doesn't have to worry about it, because he will take care of everything, and he has to be looking for the orders of Rama and execute it. He has got nothing else to do. And so is Bharata and Shatrugna, and they organize everything and all, and everything so perfectly organized. This is in the 128th Sarga of Yuddhakandam is where the Pattabishekam comes. And we will be taking the select slokas of the Pattabishekam. In Pattabishekam, because the entire, it says, because by what are all the things done in a procedural way and all. We will just take about the most important one, because where Rama has been crowned and with all his brothers and all his friends around, all the people, who have worked with him, in this great endeavor, and how they have been taken care of, all those things will be said. We will be seeing that. It is the 61st mantra of the 128th Sarga of Yuddhakandam. This is where the Pattabishekam start. Vasishto Vamadevasya Japalirata Kashyapah Katyayani Swajñascha Gautamo Vijayastata. Vasishto Vamadeva. Vasishta is the Kulaguru, and Vamadeva is the most important saint, because he is in the council of Dasaratha, and they are the one who are giving advice. Jabali. Jabali is one of the greatest, because his knowledge is unparalleled. He's the one, who takes care of the entire the spiritual aspect of the retinue. And then Kashyapa. Kashyapa is one of the very famous rishi, and in fact, the Kashyapa, his own lineage is so great, because even the avatars have taken place in that. Katyayana. Katyayana is another great rishi, and Katyayana's lineage is one, which has brought about, because lot of scriptures, lot of shrutis and all. Suyajñascha and Gautama, all the great rishis. Gautama is the one, who took care of the entire world when there was ignorance and when there was a drought in the world at one point of time, because he just took care of all the rishis and munis in his ashram. Gautama, Vijayastata. They were all, because with all these things, because they were all in the mood of, they have the victorious mood. They have got, finally the Parabrahman, Paramatma in the form of human form. He is going to be crowned. He is going to be made, for which, he was already assigned in 14 years earlier. This happens after 14 years. They were all, because now they are trying to complete that process, because they are all so happy. What started then, now getting completed and all. Vasishto Vamadevascha Japali Ratakashyapah Katyayana Suyajñascha Gautamo Vijayastata Abhyashincharavyagram Abhyasinchanaravyagram Prasannena Sugandhina Salilena Sahastraksham Vasavo Vasavam Yata. He is like a Naravyagra, because Rama is like a Naravyagra, and the Vyagra in the sense tiger. He is among them, tiger among the men. Abhyashinjanavyagram Prasannena Sugandhina. He has been, because he has been applied with, all the fragrance and all the embellishments, whatever has to be done. Prasannena. Salilena Sahastraksham Vasavo Vasavam Yata. And he has been done in everything in such a way. When Indra was, crowned, I think Ashtavasus did it. And it is much, much more eloquent and elegant than what has been done by the Ashtavasu to Indra. So it is of the same ambit, and it is of the same settings in which Rama was being crowned. Everything has been brought in place, and they have taken nothing is amiss in this. Everything as per that, even the prasanna, when they said, sugandhita and all, everything is as per that what shastras have said. Exactly, it has been done. It is very detailed, because given in that kanda. We are only taking, the verse, in which finally it says that. Otherwise, it is a very detailed, and if you are interested, you can see it's elaborated so much. Of course, it is applicable even today if someone wants to do it, because it doesn't leave any detail out of that. Then fine. Then once it is done, Rama is looking at Sita. Avekshmana Vaidehi Pratato Vayusunavem Avuchyatmana Kantat Haram Janaki Nandanam Avechat Harin Sarven Vartaram Cha Muhurmuhu. See, Sita, she was just, because she was in the spellbound, because she never thought, this moment will ever arrive in her life. Avekshmana Vaidehi Pratato Vayusunavem. So she was just looking at Hanuman, because she was totally, because last we have seen, what am I going to do in return for whatever you have done? She was just wondering, because is it anything possible for me? Because though she is the Jagat Mata, she is Lokamata, she was telling that, because she was expressing her gratitude. Now she will be doing, what is to be done. Amuchyamatmana Kandat Haram Janakanandani. See, Nandini, because when Haram Janakanandini, because when Rama was looking at, she was so happy, so elegant. She's looking at everyone, and she sees that removed the necklace from her neck, the most important necklace, which Rama has given to her. Avekshmana Vaidehi Pratato Vayusunave Avuchyatmanah Kandat Haram Janakanandini Avekshat Harin Sarvan Bhartaram Cha Muhurmuhu. So as she was very pleasantly, because she was happy by looking at her husband, because of course, she is getting, that, because the Ingita, they say, because with that, she gives that haram, she puts the haram on the neck of Hanuman. She thinks it is the only thing, what Rama has given so lovingly, she gives it to Hanuman. She was wondering, what am I to do? And when the occasion comes, she does it. So that is what exactly this mantra has said. And see the important necklace, what he has lovingly given, because she was to put on to Hanuman. Just a minute, I'll take it. she having, got that wonderful necklace, she was about to give it to Hanuman, because that is what, finally she wanted to do. So before doing that, she gives certain hints to Rama also, why she is giving it to her. Tam inkitagnyah sampreya babashe janakatmajam pretehi sabake haran yes chatushtasi bamini. Whom are you going to give? She wants to tell the person whom she is going to give. She just gives the qualities of that person. Tejo dhritiriyasho dakshyam samarthya vinayam nayah. The one who is valorous, who takes, because he speaks the nicest language, speak language. Dhriti, or, because very strong, because he is steadfast. Daksham, he is having, because all the is the elegant, the attitude. His attitude is so nice. He's in fact, anyone would be pleased to deal with him. Samarthyam. He's also not that because he's also smart enough to find out what is this. Vinayo, and he is all humility personified. Vinayo nayaha paurushan vikramo buddhir. And he is, because he Vikrama Buddhi, and his intellect is far too high. He knows, what to do and all. Because he had to deal with different situations. First in Ravana's palace, in Ashokavana, then in his Ravana's court, and outside also, he had to deal with all sorts of people. And he has dealt with appropriately with all of them. Buddhiyas, Buddhir yasmin yetani nityata, because he did wherever, whatever was rightly to be done, with the right attitude. So with him, with the fame, skill, abilities, determination, splendor, intellect, with all these resides, whom to finally, because to the pleasant surprise of everyone and the pleasantness of Rama, she finally gives it, because the act of giving is given in this particular verse. तामिङ्गितज्ञः सम्प्रेक्ष्य पपाशे जनकात्मजां प्रेते हि सुभगे हारन् यस्य तुष्टसि भामिनीं तेजो तृतीयर्यशो दाक्ष्यं सामर्थ्यं विनयो नयः पौरुषं विक्रमो बुद्धिर् yasmin yetani nityata. With all these qualities, because as Rama is having all the 16 qualities as looked for by Valmiki, Narada confirms. The similar thing she finds Hanuman having all these qualities. He's also a diplomat, he's also a warrior, and he's also a soldier. And he's also the one, because who can take care of alone where he has been left, without any help, because all that he knows is, is Rama Bhakti. Because with that only he is able to take care of it. And once he has taken it up, he doesn't flinch even an inch. He just goes about the job as perfectly as the excellence. In search of excellence, if we have to learn, we will have to learn from Hanuman. Then as the entire celebration takes place, when the crowning takes place, Ramo Rama Rama iti Prajanama Bhavan Katah. The entire, because the resounding Ramo Ramo Rama Ramo Ramo Rama iti Prajanam Bhavan Katah Rama Bhutam Jagat Bhutra me Rajyam Prashasati. The entire, because they were all the administering the kingdom is going to be administered. Every aspect, every segment, every person, every part of the the entire the kingdom was in celebration. This is because they are rest assured. They don't have to worry about it. There is someone to take care of. So that is the finally, they have been fully assured of their wonderful life, which otherwise they were living, but of course they were without the spirit. Because Rama wasn't there, they don't know what to do, and Bharata was governing from Nandigram as a regent of the Paduka. Of course, he was doing everything and all. And there is one particular sarga in Ayodhya Kandam when Bharata comes and beseeches Rama to be back. And before Rama says, because now it's not possible, I'll have to keep the words of my father, all those things when he tells. he gives, one sarga is full of advice to Bharata as to how he should rule the kingdom. I think, perhaps it is the 100th sarga of Ayodhya Kandam, I believe. If you see the 100th sarga of Ayodhya Kandam, it is nothing but the administrative advice to all the bureaucrats and administrators how they should administer, without fear or favor, how they should do it. Rama tells to Bharata. So that it is a sort of lesson for all administrators. So beautifully rendered in that. So once he has got, of course, the Bharata listens to that, and he does by that. And in fact, when Rama comes back, he shows, all the treasury and the granary and all. And he also wants to make it sure, because he has also quadrupled, he has made it several times more so that, the kingdom could be administered much better. He has not left, in any deficit, as the present governments do it. It's not that. That is some of the great things, because Valmiki has covered in the entire Ayodhya Kandam, and it comes in the Yuddha Kandam also. When he comes back, Bharata shows, because he hands over everything. In fact, properly hands over, because you just see the treasury, granary, and because entire. It's not that you came, you just took it over. It's not like that. It is handing over and taking over, as it happens in bureaucracy. It has happened here. A king is handing over to another one. His brother is handing over to the king, who is going to be crowned. Everything he gives account of that. And here, because the one of the important slokas which we recited in Samkshepa Ramayana, it is part of the Balakandam also. The same sloka is recited. It is to give how great, it is a Narada. It's Narada's words to Valmiki. Same thing is being taken, at the end of the Pattabishekam. As a sort of convention, it's also being recited. Rakshita Jivalokasya Dharmasya Parirakshita Rakshita Swasya Dharmasya Swajanasya Cha Rakshita. The one who protects all the living creatures, he protects Dharma, and because based on Dharma only, he protects everyone. And when he protects everyone, he more intensely, because he protects everyone, he protects Dharma more intensely. That's why people can be happy and all. He protects his own Dharma. What, because Swadharma, what is? When we say tapasvadhyaya niratam, swadhyaya, what tapasvadhyaya, because what is his Swadharma? Swadharma is swadhyaya, what we have to do. What every one of us have to do. We have to be responsible to know what we have to do. It's not that someone is looking after, but we do have our own responsibility. And he protects own Dharma and protects his own pupils' Dharma and everyone's Dharma, and he protects everyone, whoever has come unto him and say, you are our savior. That's all, nothing more. Even if they come to them and say it is, even if it's an enemy, he will take care of him. That's why, he tells Vibhishana, even Ravana comes. When he is telling Sugriva, why Vibhishana, even Ravana comes, I will take care of him. Because that is his quality. So this, having done all these things, and Rama Pattabishekam takes place, the entire people are happy. And of course, because you got Palashruti in the Rama Pattabishekam, it gives the whole lot of Palashruti, one who reads, he will get, all the benefits. That the king who reads, he will be able to rule the kingdom. The administrators who rule, who are all involved in governance, and they will be able to do the administration as perfectly as possible. And those who are involved in who are all in the business or any profession, they will be able to attain excellence. Everything, in a whole lot, it has given that and all. Finally, one which is very important for every human being, what we look for, that is the last line of Ramayana in the Pattabishekam, 6th Kanda, because there is one more Kanda, 7th Kanda. 7th Kanda is the Uttarakanda. Uttarakanda is written by the various great authors. And in the Uttarakanda tells about the post, the Lavakusha and all those things. But as far as Ramayana is concerned, after Rama Pattabishekam, this is the final Palashruti. Ayushyam arogyam arogyakaram yashasyam. Ayushyam arogyakaram yashasyam. Long life and robust health and yashasyam, with all the sort of grace and grandeur, one can live depending upon the circumstances one is put in. Saubhratrakaram buddhikaram shubham cha. Most important thing they are saying, Saubhratrakaram. You will be able to live with your siblings very amicably. Very sort of you will be there will be some sort of a the harmonious living with everyone will be there. Bhratrakaram also denotes you will be having a Bhratrakaram with the entire world. The entire world you will be looking like you will be having a brotherly affection to all other beings, other persons also, not necessarily only your family. So Bhratrakaram, Buddhikaram, Shubham cha. You will also be having the right discrimination, and because you will also be smart enough to identify which is to be done when and all. Shrotavyam yetan niyamena sadbihi. Whoever is able to recite Shrotavyam yetan niyamena, because because there are a convention by which it has to be recited, because how it has to be recited and in what context it is to be recited, and because there are variety of procedure to be recited, because you can recite it in continuously Akhanda Ramayanam you can do. You can also do it in 60 days, 90 days, 180 days, even 11 days, 21 days. So many things are there. You can do everything. Shrotavyam yetan niyamena sadbihi akhyana mochaskaram ruddikami. So once you are having this, and you will be having a great auspiciousness and radiance, and finally your whatever the purpose of life, you will be able to achieve this. With this only the entire the Rama Pattabishekam concludes. It was very, very auspicious that we could complete this Rama Pattabishekam on this holy Ramanavami day. And we will be just having a small Mangalam, and then we will be closing the session for the day.
Jaya Sumukha Chitta Kamitaya Subramangalam Vimala Rupaya Vimita Vedanta Jaya Chitta Kamitaya Subramangalam Ramadasaya Drugala Gridaya Kamalavasaya Swami Bhadragirivaraya Sarvamangalam Ramadasaya Nidula Hridaya Kamalavasaya Swami Bhadragirivaraya Sarvamangalam Ramachandraya Janagaraja Manogaraya Mamagaya Vishnadaya Mahitamangalam 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 Ramachandraya Janakaraja Manogaraya Mamagaya Vishnadaya Mahitamangalam
So with this, we will be we have concluded this session, and I will also send what the Sundarakandam, Samkshepa Sundarakandam. I have taken, because I am just looking into 2 or 3 versions. The most appropriate version, I will take it and send it. Presumably, I think the next week, we will fix up a schedule, and we will have it with the auspicious beginning of the Ramayanam during this Chaitra Navaratri, and we will try to have a continuous course of the discussions during the year. And maybe I think a week after next, we will be continuing with our Kathopanishad also. I will give the details of that. with this, thank you very much. I think it is a very auspicious beginning in with the Ramanavami having come to conclusion of this year. स्वस्ति प्रजापत परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिंसा गोब्राह्मणेभ्यो शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्ति पृथिवी च चालिनी तेषोऽयं शोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः लाभस्तेषां जयस्तेषां कुतस्तेषां पराजयः येषाम् इन्दीवरश्यामो हृदयस्थो जनार्दनः रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पते नमः मंगलम कौसलेन्द्राय महनीय गुणाब्धिये चक्रवर्ती तनुजाय सर्वभौमाय मंगलम कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा अनुष्कृतो स्वभावात् करोमि यत्तत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. हरि ओम. Krishnapanamas. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is what I was looking for, some initiation into Ramayana. I think you started it so nice. Thank you very much.
The program was started and conducted by Ramachandran for the offering prayers to the Lord Rama. It's a very good coincidence, and it's a good, good. No, நம்ம நவராத்திரியும் நம்ம எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ண மாதிரி and enhanced our own understanding of the various issues, and its journey continues. And கடவுள் புண்ணியத்துல you will come back, as you said. We will join you whenever you say for this Samkshepa Ramayana travel.
Yeah. And we will also have a weekly schedule for Sundarakandam and other things.
Yes.
So we will have other scriptures also continuously going on.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you.
And
Bye-bye.
May Rama's blessings be available to everyone.
Thank you, Prabhupada.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.